Hi, I'm the Moorlander, and this is Moorlander EDC. Today's piece of content is going to be very different to what I usually make. A few weeks back, Sofirn got in touch and said that it was their 16th birthday. Happy birthday, Sofirn, by the way. And that they were bringing out a commemorative light, which is the SE1. There are only 1,000 of these being made, and I'm lucky enough to have been sent one of these. But instead of making my usual piece of content where I go, this is what it looks like, this is what it does, this is the site, this is the interface, that sort of stuff, they said they didn't want that. Specifically didn't want that. Instead, they wanted something that was just me going out with a light on a mini adventure. Something that showed the light being used, something that we all do when we're out and about adventuring with lights. Now I'm going to have to touch on a couple of little things. The light itself, this one is made from a solid chunk of copper. It's very cool. The maximum output is 1,000 lumens. Is 300 lumens, not 1,000. And then here there's a few extra little bits, a cool coin. But the light itself has got a little magnetic bottom, and you get a few things. So there's little things that you can clip it on, things like here, so you can clip it on. You also get a little wristband, so that you can change your orientation. You can kind of, while you're walking, you can point it at things, or if you have it on a sternum strap, you can have it on bits. There's also a one on the top here, so that you can. You've got either red. There's RGB elements on this. So we actually went out last night. Me and my youngest daughter Adelheid, and we went on a little adventure. So you'll see me have it on my wrist. You'll see me on my back, and I really do hope, because this is a very special place in the Kingdom of the Moorlands. I really do hope that the camera does this justice. It's been about 25 years since I've been to this place in the dark, and it is one of my kingdom's absolutely magical places. So yeah, let's stop talking and let's go on a mini adventure. So the place that we're going to visit is a very special place here in the Kingdom of the Moorlands. For the indigenous people of the Moorlands, they know this tale a lot. Many people have heard of Lud's Church, and many people know the tale, but the tale itself isn't just a tale from around here. It's actually part of a series of poems that was written during the Arthurian times, with King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. And this is a connection all the way down in England, in a place called Cornwall, which is what it's called now, where Camelot was, or the legends were. But the Green Knight himself, he lived up here in the Kingdom of the Moorlands. He was one of our original celebrities. But the poem goes, and some of you may go, oh, you've missed a bit, or this bit's just a little bit incorrect. Now, for the sake of things, and me trying to work out where I'm going in the dark, this is kind of, let's just call this the modern abridged version. So, the poem goes that it's just past Christmas. King Arthur and his men are all sat round the table, the circular table, and Arthur asks his men, tell me, men, of an adventure that showed wit and courage. I want to be entertained. Nobody could think of one. And whilst they're trying to think of one, the doors fly open to the dining hall. And at the entrance to the doors is the Green Knight, a very mysterious and mythical figure clad in green, covered in green scales and leaves and things, and he walks in, and obviously all of the men are scared, probably a little bit. So Arthur beckons the knight forwards and asks why he's there, and the knight says, I'm here to challenge one of your men or yourself to a fight, and if you will win this fight, whatever injury you sustain or I sustain, I will come back, or we will meet in 12 months and I will do exactly the same to you. Now Arthur's a bit shocked, and he says, I don't think I'm up for a fight, in fairness, but I'll do it. And one of Arthur's knights, a young knight that's very young and kind of bold, and I'll do this. So he steps in and he says to Arthur, I'll do it, I'll fight the Green Knight, you rest. So he gets up, they have a bit of a fight, and the knight himself, Gawain, he manages to cut off the Green Knight's head, and he turns around to the other knights and lifts his arm up and he's like, I did it, I killed the Green Knight. And behind him stands up the Green Knight without a head. He picks up his head under his arms, and the head in his armpit says, that was a good fight, I'll meet you in 12 months and I'm going to do the same to you. So clearly Gawain's like, oh dear, what the hell have I done? 12 months passes. He realises he has to honour this fight with the Green Knight. So he agrees to leave Camelot, travel for the 7 or 8 days from the kingdom of Cornwall all the way up to the kingdom of the Moorlands to fight the Green Knight. Now along the way he has many adventures. He gets set upon by some thieves. They take his horse, they take his knightly possessions, his armour, his sword. At one point he has to stop and ends up helping a ghost find her body. Another point he stops with the house of a very well-to-do landlord who says, well, I'm off hunting, do you want to come? And he's like, no, I'm good, I've got to do this fight. He says, you go. And while he's away, the nobleman's wife tries it on, because she's like, oh, you're Gawain, I want to be with a knight. And he says, no, that's not fair, you know, you need to be good, your husband's off hunting. So all this happens, and then eventually he gets back, and eventually he gets up to Lodge Church, which is where we're heading now, and he meets the Green Knight, and the Green Knight says, okay, this is the time, you know what the deal is, I'm going to cut off your head. So Gawain's like, oh, I'm a bit worried about this. He says, shut up, just lean over, put your head forward, and I'm going to cut your head off. So he puts his head on the chopping block. The Green Knight takes a swing and stops because Gawain flinches. And the Green Knight says, listen, you are a knight of the Round Table. Man up and do your duty. So Gawain says, okay. And he takes a second swing and stops and nicks his neck, just cuts him an ever such a bit. And the Green Knight says, I've been watching you this entire time. I've seen that you've had your things stolen. I've seen that you've helped the weak, the downtrodden. I've seen that you've been an honourable man. And it's not right that I do this. I'm going to leave you, and you're going to learn from this. You're going to go home a wiser man with this tale. Now it turns out there's lots of other stuff that goes on in this poem. King Arthur, his sister is a witch. Damn it, I've just forgotten her name. What's her name? Oh, I've forgotten her name. So anyway, it was her that tricked the Green Knight. He thought that he was going to fight King Arthur. and that he was just going to kill him, but it turned out that Gawain stepped in, said that he was going to do it instead. It turns out that he was an honourable gentleman. But that's the poem in short. It's one of those kind of poems that would have been sung around the campfire, just like the Nordics would have done with their tales in the Edda or the Eda, however it's pronounced. This was an Anglo-Saxon tale from the indigenous people of England. But this is it. This is Ludge Church, and this is where the Green Knight stayed. And it's one of the most beautiful places in the Kingdom of the Moorlands. Hundreds of people come here on a daily basis, and luckily all of those people are respectful. They make sure that it's left in a good condition. But for once, you guys have now been able to see this at night, which there's not a lot of people that have done. So there you go, the SE1, now completely different to the usual kind of content that I make. Of course, I'll leave some links below so that you can see more about this, the low, medium, and high, and the different lumen settings. But as I say, Sofirn right now, we don't want you to go into the details. We just want you to have a little adventure. Take this with you and record what you do as you do. And certainly I had an amazing time. My daughter Adelheid, she loved it too. It's a place that I know she's been before. She can't remember, but anyway. The other thing is, I really do hope that the camera did it. I hope the camera did it justice, because Ludge Church and the legends around Ludge Church for indigenous people of the UK like myself. And the Kingdom of the Moorlands it's special to me. It's special to the people of Cornwall, even though our two lands are so far apart. But anyway, yeah, I genuinely hope the camera did it justice. So yeah, so there you go. A huge thank you to Sofirn for sending this my way, and also happy birthday. I'll leave some links below so that you can see more from this and other Sofirn products. I'll leave some of my social media links below so you can see more from me here on Moorlander EDC and my sister channel, Moorlander Tactical, and whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble. As always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. If you're watching in the bloopers, just an extra point on this. Never lose that spirit of adventure. It's a bit of a gushy thing to say, but never lose that spirit of adventure. Whether it's with your kids, whether it's with yourself, grab a torch. Don't make excuses. And go for a walk around the woods at night. There's no werewolves. There's no vampires. There's some rabid badgers in the Kingdom of the Moorlands, which you have to be careful of. But go out, have some fun. Do the things that make you feel young again. That's what one of the things that I hold dear, and it's one of the things since 2018 that I've started to do more. But yeah, do the things that make you feel young again, and yeah, cherish life. That was a bit gushy towards the end. Then I apologise about that. No, I don't apologise. Anyway, sorry, not sorry. Have an awesome weekend. Have an awesome week. I'll see you soon.